YouTube, Awesome Rider here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something I've never talked about on this channel before, a Power Rangers animated series, or the potential for one. I've done this topic a couple different times, and I did a video similar to this when I first did the trailer video for the Red Ranger anime series, but actually getting to watch the first full episode of it really got me inspired to talk about this more. But as of this recording, there is a rumor that we are going to be getting a Power Rangers reboot movie with Paramount, that they're working on it, that they're talking about an animated series. We're going to mostly set that aside because if they do have a movie, who knows like if that animated series or whatever series they might do would be tied into it. I've said in previous videos they could go the Transformers approach where they have animated series that aren't connected to the movies at all, or they could go the Turtles approach where it is directly connected and is between movies. But that's not going to matter for this discussion. I'm going to kind of just set that aside. This isn't about Paramount or Hasbro and stuff. Just the potential of whoever having Power Rangers, or whoever has Power Rangers, doing a Power Rangers animated series, which we've talked about. And let's also take off the table the Toei said no, as if that no just reverberates through time and they can never press it again. Let's live in a magical land where our minds are open, that this is possible. So I've talked about an animated series before, but actually watching this and seeing the stuff in action where it very perfectly replicates what watching Sentai feels like, but in animated form, I was thinking an anime style art style and approach, I think, would maybe be ideal for a Power Rangers animated series, because I think that people are more willing to accept, embrace, and even start to like the quirkier and stranger aspects of this type of thing when it's in an anime form for some reason, which I think to a degree is true with me in certain cases. I think watching this with the main character, I thought about that because he's very much that classic toku anime protagonist, you know, the specialist boy, loud, obnoxious, which I'll never understand why that's an inspirational character. It's never going to be my type of character. But more often than not, they always still annoy me, but more often than not, it's less annoying to me in animated form, because when a character is acting like that and it's animated, it at least makes a little more sense. Whereas when a character acts like that in live action, I'm like, why is no one calling a mental hospital? This person just shouted potatoes into your face and you said, wow, what an inspiration. I'm able to kind of just tolerate that more. So I was thinking about it because there are aspects of Toku's aesthetic that is often off-putting to the general public that they'll make fun of, whether it's from seeing PR or maybe seeing clips of Sentai. I remember a couple years ago, the Toku fans were all up in arms that people were making fun of the way King Oger looked because it was on a Reddit or something. But I think when it's an anime, I think people are more willing to accept it for multiple different reasons. I think one of them is also just that anime has become so much more popular in the last decade or so. You know, when I was growing up, the primary animes was stuff like Dragon Ball, Digimon, like Inuyasha was in there, but it was kind of just these basic ones that got dubbed with 4Kids or whatever. For the most part, you know, it was kind of niche. And then now it's become very mainstream. So many people like anime. There's so many animes that people watch. There are, of course, more mainstream ones like My Hero and Attack on Titan, but it's much more accepted and common for people to watch multiple different anime series, whether it's a popular or well-known one or an obscure one they find on Crunchyroll or Hulu or whatever, and it's become much more of kind of a main, for lack of better phrasing, like genre that people will add to their watch list. And so I was thinking, like, if this was presented in an anime form, I think it's almost like a way of tricking people into liking Toku aspects. And I think that might be a perfect way to sort of keep everybody happy. I still want them to balance it a little bit. I still don't think you go full Sentai with it, but I think it's a way to keep some of the quirks and stuff that people are worried about losing, because that's one of the things I see a lot is whether it's an animated series or a live action reboot, people are worried about certain aspects of Toku being lost in the shuffle, and I think doing it animated could be a good way of keeping that, and like I said, almost tricking the audience to accept it more, and I think that could actually be kind of cool, because that could be a cool way to find the balance and still keep some of the quirks and stuff like that and keep that style, and I think presenting it with the anime would really be a cool way to do that. I'm sure there's going to be some purists being like, well, why don't you just do a Sentai anime then? Don't even use Power Rangers. I think because for the audience that like the owners are trying to reach, Power Rangers is a more recognizable name, like around the world in a lot of ways. Like, I'm not sure, because I know Toku is more well known in certain other countries outside of Japan and stuff, because you'll see other Tokus from other countries, but I think just in general, like if you were to go to here or to like Canada or like England, I don't know, like other places, and you were to say Power Rangers, people would know that. And you might say Super Sentai and they'll be like, what the F is that? So I think Power Rangers just has more recognition. It just seems easier. Plus, you know, that could be a way if we get a Power Rangers animated series to, if you ever wanted to do a Power Rangers Super Sentai crossover, I think the animated route would be the best way to possibly do that. That's something I see people always wanting. I'm going to be honest, I've never wanted that even a little bit, but if you have it in that animated anime style, a Power Rangers Sentai crossover could be possible. I think it would just be easier with the logistics and could be kind of cool to see. But yeah, I just happened to think about that watching this because I was thinking a lot about the animated series in the last few weeks, and I was thinking of like different art styles. Like honestly, for me, ideal like the Voltron. I guess that's kind of like anime adjacent, but the Voltron animated style I thought looked really good. The style that one guy on YouTube does, where he did like animated intros for Power Rangers and Beetleborgs, looks good. But I was thinking the anime style could be a good way to the mainstream, because anime is more mainstream, and like I said, then maybe that could even have a bleeding out effect of making it more acceptable or making it more appealing for them to watch live action ones, or check out Sentai, check out Rider, or maybe they do a live action show again, or the live action movies incorporate more toku elements. Once people get more used to it, seeing it in a format where it's more acceptable, because like I said, I think that again, anime being more mainstream helps, but I think that it's just easier for people to accept some of the stranger elements when it's animated, because I can understand why some of the aspects of toku that are almost like a live action anime are kind of unappealing to people. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think an anime Power Rangers style series could work? Do you think that could help Power Rangers and toku's reputation and style gain some popularity? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.